We are kicking off with Roman Reigns, who was seen at WrestleMania 41, where he competed in the Triple Threat Night 1 main event against CM Punk and Seth Rollins. Paul Heyman turned on both Punk and Reigns, costing them the match to align with the Visionary, and things escalated further on the April 21st episode of Raw. During the show, Braun Breaker aligned with Heyman and helped dismantle both Reigns and Punk in a post-match assault, and since then, Reigns has been completely off the radar. Fans have been left speculating on Reigns' return, and it's being reported that the OTC is not expected to appear at the Backlash Premium Live event on May 10th in St. Louis, Missouri. According to Brian Alvarez, the plan is for Reigns to return in early June, meaning there's a chance he could be back in time for Money in the Bank on June 7th. As always, nothing is set in stone, but fans shouldn't expect to see him at Backlash, and his official return date remains unclear at this time. Do you think WWE should go into a fully fledged Reigns vs. Breaker feud upon the former world champion's return, or should they go in another direction? Share your thoughts down below. At Backlash, John Cena and Randy Orton will battle for the WWE title in the latest chapter of their epic saga, but this will seemingly be their final match together. In a new promotional material, WWE is promoting this match as one last time, signaling that there won't be a rematch between the two before John retires at the end of this year. Do you think WWE was wise to promote this as the pair's final match? And could there be a way the duo still face each other after Backlash? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. During WrestleMania weekend, WWE's acquisition of AAA became the talk of the wrestling world, but it has also left AAA employees concerned over rumors of layoffs. According to the well-known Mexican outlet Publimetro, there is a backstage concern at Lucha Libre AAA worldwide as rumors continue to grow about major upcoming restructuring. This restructuring would impact many employees in the coming months, and the report said that the staff are worried about job security under the new management. The potential changes may affect multiple departments, including the technical crew responsible for setting up the ring and stage, as that soon could be reduced. The office staff who handle paperwork, talent schedules, and event planning may also face cuts, though not everyone is concerned that they'll be given the pink slip. While some are anxious about job loss and the potential impact on AAA events, others are cautiously optimistic about possible improvements under new leadership. So far, AAA has not released an official statement to confirm or deny these rumors, but this silence has only led to the concern among employees continuing to grow. WWE previously announced that the deal was made in partnership with Philip, a Mexican sports and entertainment company, and if all goes as planned, it'll be finalized by the third quarter 2025. This will come following the completion of standard legal and business procedures, and one immediate impact is that AAA talent have reportedly been instructed to learn English. That may be just the first of many broad changes coming, and while it remains to be seen if layoffs will materialize, restructuring could make them inevitable later this year. Now, the Wyatt Six has been missing for months now. With WrestleMania 41 in the rearview mirror, fans are hopeful to see more of Uncle Howdy and his faction. We say that the Wyatt Six is Howdy's faction, but that may not be the case for long, as reports are growing that a new leader could take the group in a bold direction, that being Alexa Bliss. According to PW Insider, Bliss will soon be featured as the group's leader moving forward, and this news comes ahead of this week's Smackdown, where the group could return. It was in late 2024 that the faction was moved to the Blue Brand, where they have yet to appear, while Bliss herself made her return to TV after 2 years in the Women's Royal Rumble match. The report adds that despite Bliss being absent since the Elimination Chamber PLE, she's actually healthy and was in attendance at WrestleMania 41. Bliss participated at different events during WrestleMania week and, according to the report, is simply waiting to be given the go-ahead by WWE's creative team to return. Now Bliss will go ahead as the new leader of the Wyatt Six, leaving fans free to wonder what this change in leadership will mean for Bo Dallas as well as for Uncle Howdy. Whatever comes next, hopefully fans will learn soon enough as audiences continue to await the return of both Alexa Bliss and the Wyatt Six after months off screen. At WrestleMania, Dominik Mysterio captured the Intercontinental title, his first taste of singles gold on the main roster, and to the surprise of no one, rubbed this in his family's face. Appearing on Busted Open Radio, Dominik reflected on this win and recalled seeing his mother in the crowd and shoving the title in her face after the match. Mysterio said he did this since he doubts any family members believed he'd win, and when he asked if the gesture was an FU to his mom, he said this was the case. While Mysterio's family may not have been thrilled at his win, at least according to Dom, it's impossible to ignore the ovation he received from the crowd inside Allegiant Stadium. Just a few years ago, it would have seemed impossible to consider tens of thousands of fans cheering Dom, given that there was a time he was so booed he couldn't utter a single word. The tensions within the Judgment Day have forced fans to pick a side, and even in the fatal four-way that included Finn Balor, Bron Breakker, and Penta, Dirty Dom was cheered. While some of those could be attributed to Vegas fans who root for teams from California, it's clear that Dominik's character work has won over countless members of the WWE Universe. But where is this going? Well, if Dom defends his title, there's a real possibility that the Judgment Day could turn on him, especially with Liv Morgan away to film a Hollywood project. With Liv out of the picture, Balor may take advantage, as it's unlikely that Finn has forgotten that it was Dom who pinned him to win the title at WrestleMania 41. According to reports, WWE is currently thinking about making Dom a fully fledged face, ending his time with the Judgment Day, but we'll have to see if this idea ultimately makes it to air. We've got some NBA news now, as WWE royalty was sat front and center at Game 5 of the playoffs in LA, with Shane McMahon and Charlotte Flair were in attendance. The pair were chatting before the game with Alex Rodriguez, who holds a stake in the Minnesota Timberwolves, before the Wolves battle the LA Lakers. Shane hasn't been seen in WWE since WrestleMania 39, where he suffered a torn quad, while Flair's most recent appearance saw her lose to Tiffany Stratton at WrestleMania 41. The two added to the star power at the game, and while it's unclear what exactly is next for Shane or Charlotte, their appearance at the playoffs certainly turned some heads. Over to AEW Dynamite, as the show kicked off with an all-star 8-man tag team match pitting Kazuchika Okada, the Young Bucks, and Ricochet against Kenny Omega, Mark Briscoe, Speedball Mike Bailey, and Kevin Knight. After a wild 25-minute battle, Okada secured the win for his team, and this was another all-star tag team match from AEW that delivered in spades. AEW has enough talent to put on bouts like this every week for the foreseeable future, and this match demonstrated the highest level of performance possible. The Elite were clearly enjoying themselves, reminding fans of what they're capable of in the ring, but props has to be given to Omega, who took the big bumps and endured long stretches as the legal man. Omega continues to perform at a high level, making it easy to forget that he nearly retired last year, and while the match could have gone either way, having the Elite win was the right move. The group only returned to AEW TV recently, and having them get this hard-fought victory reinforces just how hard it'll be for any team to topple the Young Bucks and Okada. That first major loss for the Elite post-return should come at the hands of Swerve Strickland, who was kept out of this match to build anticipation for his payback for AEW Dynasty. Bailey and Knight took another tough loss here, but having the pair be in such a high-profile match relatively early into their AEW runs show they're excellent additions to the roster. In MJF's quest to join the Hurt Syndicate, MVP and Shelton Benjamin once again gave the former AEW World Champion their approval, but Bobby Lashley continued to withhold his. MJF mocked the Almighty only to be choked out in the corner for this, and Lashley declared that if MJF wants in, he has to prove himself by hurting someone. This storyline has felt like it's been idling for some time, so it's good to see things get serious this week, as Lashley proved that words alone won't earn MJF a spot in the group. The segment demonstrated to MJF what it'll take to be a member, while also laying the groundwork for a future showdown between him and Lashley. After all, MJF is hardly a talent who forgives and forgets, and even if he is to become a member, he and Lashley will likely be watching each other very closely. The eventual singles feud between MJF and Lashley promises to be the highlight of this arc, but for now, the hope is that MJF will bring an X Factor to this stable. Toni Storm endured the best of Miyu Yamashita's strikes and battled back with a hip attack and a Storm Zero to earn the win in this Women's World Title Eliminator contest. Mercedes Moné interrupted the celebration, declaring her intentions to challenge the Timeless One before Jamie Hayter appeared and hit a forearm on the CEO. Championship eliminators are often predictable, but Excalibur's note that Yamashita is one of just 3 women to ever win an Eliminator added genuine intrigue to the match. As for the match, this was a hard-hitting bout that showed why Yamashita deserves more opportunities on AEW TV, even if she's just on loan from TJPW. Storm may have got the win, but the visible welts she wore after the match demonstrated Yamashita's punishing offense, and there's an argument to be made that Yamashita should have won. It would have been ideal to give Storm a defined challenger while she waits for the Owen Hart Foundation tournament, which will see either Moné or Hayter earn a title match. Both Hayter and Moné would be worthy challengers for All In, but with 2.5 months to go, Storm should defend her title at least once before the event. At WrestleMania 41, Stone Cold appeared during Night 2 to announce the attendance, but many had predicted that Austin would have done much more at the PLE. Many had predicted that Rattlesnake would be involved in the Cody Rhodes-John Cena match, potentially putting him back in the ring against one of his biggest rivals, The Rock. While speaking to Ariel Helwani, Stone Cold Steve Austin was asked whether announcing the attendance was his only role, or if other plans had been made for him. Austin explained that he was simply happy to be at the show, especially as he had undergone a total knee replacement just 4 months earlier on December 4th. He added that recovery from such surgery typically takes about a year, meaning there was realistically no chance of him getting too physical in the ring at the show. Austin said he feels good, but admitted he no longer does traditional squats, opting instead for Hindu squats as part of his workout, and he hasn't resumed running. As for WrestleMania, Austin estimated that he was operating at only 30 to 35% of his full capacity, and due to this, his role at the show was confined to just announcing the attendance. After his epic return to the ring in 2022, the last thing Austin would want to do is give a performance that did not live up to expectations, so wisely chose not to get physical in Vegas. While Austin didn't lay anyone out with a stunner at WrestleMania, he did leave one fan on the floor after his ATV crashed into the barricade during his entrance. While the barricade didn't break, it did go backwards after being struck by the vehicle, leaving fans concerned about whether the fan who had fallen would be okay. On the Ariel Helwani show, Austin was asked what happened and made clear that this crash wasn't part of a plan. He added, "Different throttle setups than what I'm used to. Long story short, just a different throttle system. I'm pretty dang handy on a four-wheeler." Austin admitted to feeling embarrassed by the incident, especially since the awkward moment happened at WWE's biggest show of the year. He said, "I think everybody's okay. You go out there on the biggest night in wrestling and you end up like that, it's not the greatest day at the office. You want to give people the best show you can, and when you fall short of that, it's not great." After delivering the attendance figures and cutting a promo, Austin returned to the scene of the crash to speak with the fan, showing that this was not some throwaway incident. So far, there's been no legal action made, and it appears that this situation has been resolved quietly, even with the moment in question going viral online and spawning countless memes. Austin is a true icon of WWE, but even icons can have off nights, and it's good to see Austin open up on the moment, face the criticism, and handle this unfortunate matter with respect. The last time Dakota Kai competed on WWE TV, it was during the March 17th Raw in Belgium, and her absence from the mat has left fans questioning what's going on. According to reports, Kai is planned to be brought back when the full Damage Control faction return, meaning she'll have to wait until the return of Asuka as well as Kairi Sane. Sane's been out of action since December but is expected to return soon, while Asuka's been out of action for a year, and her timeline regarding a return to the ring remains uncertain. On Twitter, Kai addressed her absence, telling fans, "I missed wrestling and I miss you guys," but made clear in a follow-up that she is not injured. While it's not great for Kai to miss time wrestling, the silver lining is that her absence has a reason behind it, rather than WWE losing interest in her. As to when she'll join Io Sky and her faction sisters, that remains to be seen, but Dakota Kai's hiatus has nothing to do with a speculated injury. When Karrion, Kross, and Scarlett returned to WWE in August 2022, it was believed that they signed 3-year deals, meaning that the pair's contracts could expire within a matter of months. With that in mind and Kross's growing role on WWE TV, fans have been left wondering if the pair will re-sign or walk away, possibly into AEW, TNA, or somewhere else. On Instagram, Scarlett added to the speculation, stating that a choice is coming one way or another, but didn't mention the discussion about her and her husband's contracts. This cryptic post also comes after Kross went viral with a reported work shoot following WrestleMania, one that reportedly earned the praise of talented producers backstage. While Kross has earned praise for his words, his booking has been less than stellar, as he hasn't won a singles match on his WWE main roster TV since July of last year when he beat Xavier Woods. Kross has had a rocky run since returning to WWE, but at least character-wise has been hitting his stride as of late. But will he and Scarlett re-sign? Well, as Scarlett said, a choice is coming. But what do you think? Is it time for the pair to leave and try their skills elsewhere, or is there still a place for Karrion, Kross, and Scarlett in WWE? Let us know in the comments. Back to AEW Dynamite now, as the show's main event saw Hangman Page get the win over Kyle Fletcher to advance to the finals of the Owen Hart Foundation tournament. Fletcher has delivered some of AEW's best matches this year, but it was the Cowboy who looked untouchable this week, and this sets Page up for the finals against Will Ospreay. Well, Ospreay versus Fletcher is one of AEW's best feuds they've fought too often, and instead, it'll be Ospreay and Page who could deliver a match of the year contender at Double or Nothing. Either man seems like a genuine threat to Jon Moxley's title reign and potentially bringing an end to the often criticized Death Riders faction. Speaking of the group, they attacked the Opps following their win over Powerhouse Hobbs, Nick Comoroto, and Rhett Titus, with Claudio Castagnoli hitting a neutralizer on Shibata onto a chair. Samoa Joe grabbed the mic and called for Jon Moxley to make their upcoming match a steel cage match, adding another layer to what'll be a war at AEW Beach Break this month. Nick Wayne dominated for much of his ROH TV title match before getting the win over Jay Lethal, though this never felt like a total squash. With that said, it also felt like Lethal never had a real chance, and the decision to have Wayne win the title comes at an interesting time. Wayne is going to be away for several weeks for the Best of the Super Juniors tournament, and at a time when ROH is supposed to be building momentum to Supercard of Honor, it appears one of their top champions will be missing. And that was Dynamite, and what did you make of the show? Let us know in the comments. As previously reported, Thekla's time with Stardom has come to an end, as she's since confirmed plans to head to the US, where she's already gained a lot of attention. WWE has reportedly had its eyes on Thekla for years, but while a WWE move would allow Thekla to reunite with former tag team partner Julia, it may not be in the cards after all. Fightful Select has confirmed that Thekla's Stardom deal has expired, and despite the WWE interest, sources in AEW now believe she's heading to the All Elite company instead. Whichever way Thekla goes, her inspiration for the US move has reportedly come from WWE, as Wrestling Observer Radio reports that Io Sky likely encouraged Thekla to head to WWE. As for where Thekla ends up signing, that remains a mystery, but it's likely she won't be a free agent for very long after leaving Stardom. And we're ending with Sky Blue, who's been out of action since July of last year due to an ankle injury, and after her most recent appearance on the All Out 0 Hour show, we have an update on the wrestler. According to Fightful Select, Sky was backstage at this week's AEW Dynamite taping in Norfolk, but it's unclear if this is a sign she's nearing an in-ring return or just a friendly visit. Either way, her presence at the show is a positive sign and comes ahead of AEW's return to her hometown of Chicago on May 14th for Dynamite and Collision Beach Break. May has long been rumored as a potential target for her medical clearance, so fans can't count out Sky making her return in her hometown within a matter of weeks. Sky has previously opened up about her difficult recovery, revealing that her ankle was completely disconnected from her leg during a KNS WrestleFest virtual signing. She added, "I'm trying to make my way back to the ring. Healing an ankle is not easy, and especially when it's completely disconnected from your leg. But hopefully soon, getting better and better every day." In a major update, Blue is able to walk again after a tough period, and she recalled being unable to do that, forcing the wrestler to scoot on her butt when going up and down stairs. Sky said she found the visual funny, but her injury has been no laughing matter, and hopefully it won't be long before the young wrestler is back in the ring.